One of the biggest challenges when we're out on the golf course is trying to muscle our swings, trying to force more speed and effort in hope to get more distance. It doesn't work. You know that, and I'm about to prove it to you. Here is where we're going to get you to start. It's about pressure. Now, a lot of times you've been told to grip very lightly and be very, very loose with the grip. What happens is when you get to the top of the swing, you're sort of loose, loose, loose. When you get to the top of the swing, you snatch because you're snatching. You're trying to get it down that way. And when you snatch and when you squeeze, you apply the force into the grip this way. And we end up sort of casting it like a fishing rod. That way. So all our wasted effort is going that way, and it starts with the grip. So what do we need to do instead? Very simple. You are going to apply pressure into the grip, forearms, and create connection with your arms to the top of your chest here. Okay, so we're creating that connection, but the main thing you're going to try and observe is to maintain that pressure. The pressure that we're feeling in the grip and the forearms is the same at the setup, backswing, top of backswing, downswing, impact, and through. You might not get it exactly right, that's to be expected, but the objective to maintain the same amount of pressure and tension, if you will, throughout the swing is going to give you a new level of consistency and stability when you want to try and get a little bit more out of a shot, for example. To demonstrate this, I'm using the HackMotion training aid. This is a fantastic device that doesn't force you into any positions like many training aids do. It just gives you guardrails, guidelines, and points to sort of measure against so you can go, aha, and it is perfect for this. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to drills, and you can see there's a few others to choose from, but handily, there is a casting drill. So what it's telling us here is to start at address like so. Okay, now I'm going to swing back to the backswing. What it wants me to do is maintain this angle, not necessarily to add more to it, but to maintain this angle. If I cast, you'll see it shows me casting 10 degrees, meaning that I added 10 degrees here. And what that's going to do is basically cause me to bottom out a little bit early, and I'm not applying the force. It's like I'm holding on to it, okay? So let's see what happens with the same sort of pace and speed of swing. If I go back, there. Not only is the strike better, but the distance is perfectly adequate for that amount of effort. I didn't do anything different. I certainly did not muscle it. My only objective was to feel like I'm maintaining this wrist angle, dropping the hands down, and then through. Backswing. There. Effortless whip and power. Now, this is important. I do not want you to be trying to jar and pull the hands down. That's certainly not what we want to do, because what happens is you get sort of stuck. And that's why the HackMotion device is so useful, because it gives us the guidelines to say, okay, once we kind of get down here, then we release through and we can turn our body through. It's training the sequence, but it's doing it from the wrists first. If you want to learn more about the HackMotion training aid, you can follow the link below and you can get a very special discount just for you. Not only does it help with casting, it helps with putting, short game, slicing, so many different fixes for your game, all in one very simple device. You can still work on this if you don't have the wrist analyzer. What we're trying to feel is just the same kind of thing that I was talking about, but the main sensation is to feel like the arms are just sort of dropping about into the pocket here, then we're releasing through. It's less movement, drop, and then through. You'll find that you'll get that effortless power. It works with irons, hybrids, everything. But one very important nugget I need to tell you. The swing, if you get good at it with a wedge, 9-iron, it applies to your 5-iron, your 7, your hybrids. It is the same swing. And when you get good with the shorter clubs, I promise you, the rest of the clubs will be easier. But don't just try and force your hits, just make them efficient. Apply the force at the right time and you will see better results, higher ball flights, better golf shots, I promise you. Now, if you want to make sure you get better off the tee, this lesson is going to give you the simplest method to hit the middle of the face more often. See you next time.